Grand Rising, everybody. Grand Rising, everybody. Hope everybody doing all right. We're going to take the morning stretch, and, get that, get the, get the laying in the bed for however many hours you laid in the bed for. Get that thing up and, get your bones going and get that stretch up, and you might want to hit the exercise routine, whatever. I know I did. Um, get you a couple mornings or whatever it is that you do. Whatever it is that you do it. Make sure that you do it, and but you ain't sure you just get your tail up this morning. This is what this is about. Grand Rising, everyone. You know who this is. We gonna do something different today. We gonna make this like a morning show type situation. I'm coming at you. It's not gonna be live right now, but we gonna come at you. You know what I'm saying? This morning. Um, today. Uh, today's. It's a wonderful day today, I guess. And let's see some. Well, let me. Yeah, it's the 25th. On the 25th, today's hump day. Today's hump day. So happy hump day to everyone. If everything, like I said, I hope everybody's doing well. Yeah, today, I'm just gonna give a little thoughts on the stuff that's going on over there. Going on with this Ted DiBiase Jr. deal. He's going to trial for alleged welfare, money mishandling funds. It says embezzlement, but it's all it's alleged until it's all proven. But he's on trial right now, and you know, for me, it's like, what can I say? I done read the documents, I done read the articles, I done looked at the, what's been written, what's been talked about in the mainstream news media, and I understand it, and I saw the history of it, and it was like, for me, it was like a slap in the face to all poor people, especially black folk, especially black folk that, or people in general that needs food stamps, SNAP benefits, and you mishandling funds. So my question to me, for me, what I would ask, on a, like, far as public opinion is concerned, on the public side, my question is that, how did he get in that position? Why did he get in that position? He was doing very well with his wrestling career. Why would he do that? That's the only thing I would kind of like look at. What made him get into that type of thing? Was it something that was easy for him to do? Some folks just can't have enough. When is enough? If if I got the bread, how much more money do I need? I mean, it's look. I'm not putting a limit on anything. It's just that I'm like, why would I go that route in order to I'm, of course, if I had the bread, I'm definitely going to want to make some more money. I'm going to try to find a way how to generate more money while I sleep, of course. But that right there, that's stealing. That's still misappropriating funds, allegedly, that he allegedly said, that they allegedly say he did. I'm not trying to, I'm not understanding the story, because if he was already well off, no funds should have been misappropriated. If you want to do something like that, you should have generated some funds generate some funds, replace some funds, and then make some wheels and deals. But legitimize it. Legitimize it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm just being real. But you know, I don't know what goes on in people's minds when they decide that they think that um, they're bigger than getting caught. Think about it. That's one to grow on. When you think that you're bigger than getting caught, you're sort of delusional, because Ted DiBiase Jr. dad was well off. He come from a well-off family. He wasn't in the street, wasn't in the struggle game. You know, I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth. You know, uh, and I'm quite sure you viewers are not wasn't born one there either. And so that's a slap in the face. But what I am going to say is this: that's cheating. He's cheating the people. Because let me say something. Because when you I'm talking about when you go into the human resources, to social services building to apply for food stamps, SNAP, whatever you want to call it, whatever it is. It might be something different, maybe totally different, but when you go in there and apply for food stamps, they're going to ask you for a certain type of paperwork. They're going to give you a list of what you need to bring, right? Everybody does this. And you have to provide all that information. So you go in there, you provide your income, or what your income is, and how much you got going out, as far as whatever they require for them to know. You may have a mortgage, you may have you might stay in an apartment, pay rent, whatever. Then they may ask you for some utilities or whatever. Maybe, I don't know. They may ask you for whatever. Utilities. But whatever the requirements that they ask you for. And you provide them with all that paperwork. And you send it all in. And then they give you your little card, your little benefit card. And you look at your card, you go in and you check your card, and they send you a letter of how much funds you're going to be receiving per month, right? Now, let's say they tell you, well, you're only going to be receiving $30 to $40 a month, right? Then when you go and you kind of ask, well, why is that? Now, give or take who you talking to, some of them will brush you off and say you need to talk to your Congress about it, right? I know a lot of you went through that, but it's a slap in the face when you can't get anything, but then you got somebody like this guy comes along, Did I hear boats and yachts involved in buying that type of stuff? I mean, come on. Come on. Let's keep that a buck here. God is already well off. He's taking it from. Yeah, he deserves to be on trial. And I hope they deal with him. I hope he get dealt with according to the law. I do. I really do. I hope he gets, I hope he get dealt with. But in my mind, that dude ain't getting off. That dude is getting off. I'm saying That dude ain't that dude ain't getting they're gonna slap him on the wrist. But then at the same time, I'm eating out of soup cans. I got a penny pinch. I get a 9 to 5. I get a 9 to 5. Um I gotta go get a 9 to 5. Or I can't get a 9 to 5 because I'm disabled. You know? I can't get a 9 to 5 because I'm disabled, or I want a 9 to 5 but I can't get it because of whatever circumstance it is within my disability. Like for me, being totally blind, whatever. I can't, hey, you think somebody they didn't even want to be hired? They won't even hire me to let me wash their dishes. Come on, bro. Come on, let's keep that at 1,000. But then you want to tell me this is what you need to do. You got some people out there, you know who you are, then you need to be trying to get you a job. You need to be working just like I do. Get up and go to work every morning. You know who you are. You got that ideology. What the hell I'm gonna do? Go outside, pick up cans? Bro. Oh, just be grateful for what I have. When I got kid in college, grandkids. So, I mean, come on. Let's stop the nonsense. What he allegedly did was wrong. He's on trial for it. He's on trial for it. And they're not, like I said, I hope they deal with him. You are not, when you think, like I said, when you think what you're doing is, when you think that you're above the law or above getting caught, something got to be real twisted in your brain for you to think that. You tripping. You tripping. I'm not trying to hit it. They can say whatever they want to say, do whatever they want to do, but at the end of the day, if there had been my black tail, guess what? Man, wouldn't be no trial. I would have went to, matter of fact, let me say this. They wouldn't have made spectacle of it. No, they wouldn't have made spectacle of it if there had been me doing what he did and getting away with it. Man, hell no. Hell no. You know that. If that had been me, no. Look, I'm just going, yeah. Call me pulling the race car. I don't care. Because that's what that is. White folks get a different type of treatment than black folk when it comes to the law. Look, I'm not angry about it. I'm just telling you what the truth is. You can get angry about it. You can get ticked off about it. But I'm not. Hey, look, I accept that for what it is. But I'm going to call it out. See, the problem is you don't want me to call it out. A lot of you. Black folks too. White folks don't want this to be called out for what it is. And a lot of black folks don't like it either. See, a lot of black folks don't want it to be called out. But it is what it is. And you just accept it for what it is. I'm not finna play no games. I'm not finna play no games about this situation. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, this goes on every day in terms of you got poor people that sign up for these types of benefits or whatever. And they don't give them very much. And I'm telling you the truth. They don't give you, man, you can't wipe your tail. Man, it ain't enough. Look, I could literally sit here and do the math with you. We can go through the numbers, and I ain't got no problem with going through numbers. We can go through the numbers. And you still living like a peasant. Okay. Okay. So, many you, let me say this. Many of you whites that's viewing this video may say, well, there go another black guy complaining about this and complaining about that. Look, that's not a complaint. That's not a complaint. This is a calling out. That's what this is. I'm calling this out for what it is, because it happens all the time. It happens all the time. And whether it hasn't happened to you, it has happened. So let's stop the nonsense about, get over it, this, that, whatever. I've been over it. I was over it after it was all over with. I was over it after you told me what you told me. But I'm questioning why. That's all I'm saying. I'm questioning why. Why is it like that? Why does it have to be like that? Why is that, these types of things is going on? And the thing about it is that nobody seems to want to address it. The first thing that they say, you need to talk to your Congress. I swear, they do. I'm telling you. Well, they made these rules and regulations. They made these laws and all this kind of stuff. That crap can be amended. I just think that, in my opinion, I think that they need to do better with the system in terms of helping people. Because this is what I see. This is what this is about for me. It's not really about Ted DiBiase Jr. I just pointed that out because what this is really about is it's about help. It's about helping. It's about the people getting the help that they need in order to so they can sustain themselves. People get tired of living at the having more month at the end of the money. A lot of folks tired of that. Alright. It's like I said, it don't be enough. And it's like, you got elderly folks out there. And like I said, I'm glad that, Humana and other medical insurances, they give out these extra cards and stuff like that for some of us disabled and elderly folk, because they know food stamps ain't enough. Folks' Social Security benefits ain't enough. They done worked all this time and it still ain't enough. And it's like, folks ain't living above their means. Folks are living below their means and it still ain't enough. Let's keep that a buck. I'm gonna tell you how it is. I'm not finna sugarcoat nothing. I'm gonna tell you how it is, whether you like it or you don't. So like I said, if I were you, I would question it, question the system to see, why is this going on? Why is it happening like that? How can we make this thing better? Where can I go and cast a vote in the ballot in order to change this mess? What kind of petitions do I need to write up? These are the solutions that needs to be contemplated. Solutions. I'm not just talking about problems. I'm talking about solutions too. How can we as black folks galvanize in our own communities and pool our resources together? I can guarantee you, especially here in the city of Jackson, Mississippi, if you had one little lot of vegetation, maybe two of vegetation to feed the neighborhoods, and let's say every neighborhood did it, the prices. You sitting there talking about the tariffs and all that kind of stuff. And we was doing that. I guarantee you this: the prices would go down drastically. Prices would go down. Walmart prices would go down in their groceries. The grocery stores prices will go down in their groceries. A lot of stuff will go down. It will go down because there's nobody buying. So they're not going to be buying. And eventually the prices, this is how you make the prices go down. Because now the neighborhood is being fed. Could you imagine going out to the country and there's some already set up for where folks can get their meat at? Folks can already get their meat. It's already a meat processing place where folks can get their meat. A natural, not I'm gonna say natural, but their own private slaughterhouse. They raise their own farm. Their own farm. You get your own bacon, you get your own eggs, you get your own, make your own cheese, make your own everything. Hell, the Irish do it. They do it. They ain't got to go to the grocery stores for nothing. Okay. That's all I'm saying. I just imagine that's just something to thought. But people is not, but look, the reality is this. They're pushing off these food stamps. It ain't enough for people. And people are not, and we're not actively in the polls. Because if we was active in the polls, none of this stuff be going on. Simple as that. Active in the cast that ballot, know who you going, and know you gonna put in, and know you gonna put out. And if they ain't gonna do right, they need to be recalled. You need to recall them. Recall them. So, well, that's my rant for this morning. I want to say thanks for y'all watching. I'll be posting some more videos. I'm gonna try to come at you every day on this and on different things in the morning. It won't be talking about I might be coming at you about sports or something of that nature, but it's going to be pertaining to something to do with Jackson. You're listening to the 601 Network, Real Jackson News. Hey, I'm your host, Forsyth. And we will see you on the next time. If you found this video informative, hey, share this video out. And run them lights up and subscribe. I ain't live yet, but hey. We building, we moving, we growing. So, thanks for watching. Yeah.